girlfriend Sylvia Sir and I. Arriving at our hotel in Kathmandu, Charlie on the left, Sylvia and Bert. Our porters and cooks, Charlie Winger kneeling, my old friend Bert on the right. Unloading at the start of the trek in Doomray. Our guide, a long Sherpa, with Sylvia. Our porter is carrying a double load which weighs about as much as he does and requires help to get to his feet. The porter gets double pay for a double load. For the first 10 days, we followed the beautiful Marsiyangi River. Generally, we stayed in tents set up in convenient spots. Our outstanding cook, Sarah Sherpa, buys our food as we travel. I wonder if he paid too much for these bananas. We're not limited to bananas. Look at the leg of lamb he bought. Saring's assistants carry the entire kitchen on their backs. He sets up the kitchen wherever it's convenient. We have to be careful of contaminated water, so we filter some every day. The entertainment included a big rock throwing contest. For further entertainment, cannabis grows wild everywhere. A tape recording I made of an impromptu dance survived.
Good living, Doctor.
Oh yeah, thank you.
The roads were few and poor, so travel mostly was by horse and by foot. River crossings like these are really hazardous, so porters really earn their pay. 3-inch spiders kept our off-trail excursions to a minimum. This kindly fellow is a fortune teller. The Wang helps Sylvia buy cloth for a new pair of pants. They're stitched up on the spot for about $7. Time for a beer on a hot day in the town of Bulbuli.
Oh no!
Mysteriously, the Wang is replaced by this charming fellow, Hassan. Our first bath in 4 days in icy Marsiyangi. We retreat indoors for some tea and then spend the night in the farmhouse. Bert waking up finding a chicken on his chest. As we head north, we have glimpses of the high Himalayan peaks of the Annapurna range. We're now reaching elevations that are high enough that the yaks do well. These are very unusual ponies. As we enter the highlands, toward the Manang Valley, we see the prayer flags of the Nepali Buddhist culture. A prayer wheel inscribed with the mantra Om Mani Padme Hum means jewel of the lotus flower, spirit of enlightenment. Spinning the wheel sends the prayer heavenward. Here is a cliff-top Buddhist monastery. Here's our path through the forbidding, fortress-like town of Manang. We'll spend the night in our camp in Peti before ascending Thorong Pass. We're greeted with a few inches of new snow as we begin our ascent. The high point of Thorong La, or pass, is 17,769 feet in elevation, and it would be the sixth highest mountain in North America. As we began our descent from the pass, we found we were missing a porter. When we demanded he be found, Pasang said, "So, every year many porter die, Thorong Pass." Not our porter. He reluctantly sent Sari back to rescue him. The guy had nearly died of exposure. Sylvia nursed him back a bit with the supplies that she had brought along. We entered Muktanath, an ancient religious site beloved by both Buddhist and Hindu pilgrims. The temple houses an eternal flame fed by a natural gas seep. The sign's meaning was clear, irrespective of the grammar. 108 spouts stream frigid, purifying waters for those who can endure the cold. This hotel serves the pilgrims. I don't envy the porter carrying this load. With an arrogant scowl, this Manang trader makes the pipe porter wait while he mounts his horse. We spent the next few days hiking down the enormous canyon of the Kaligandaki River. We were shocked to see that our rescued sick porter had been sold to an Italian expedition by Pasang. He's seen here staggering off with a full load. We were treated to these hotel accommodations in the town of Jomsom. We passed through towns like Tuche. Our next accommodations provided a little more headroom than our tents. Here's an amazing view of migrating geese with 8,000-meter Dalagiri in the background. It's been 12 days since our last bath in the icy Marciandi, so the hot springs of Tatopani are a welcome sight. Here's something we didn't expect, a big swing on the banks of the river. At this point, Sylvia became quite ill with a stomach problem, so she and the porter headed back to Kathmandu. Charlie and I then headed up the Modikola River Valley for our scheduled climb of Singuchuli, a 21,323-foot trekking peak. This is famous Machapuchare, or Fishtail Peak. We're heading for Annapurna Base Camp. These are some of the views that we have in the sanctuary. A view of the moon over Annapurna 1. We descended a colossal moraine to a glacier crossing and then ascended the moraine on the other side to set up our high camp at 15,400 feet. We began our ascent of the peak the next morning. With darkness rapidly approaching, we reached the 18,300-foot high ridge leading to the summit. We elected to turn around here and return to high camp using headlamps. Even though we determined that Basang had probably led us up the wrong peak, we posed for this triumphant Los Tres Amigos photo at Annapurna Base Camp. We spent the next 3 days descending to the city of Pokhara. The rice had ripened and was ready for harvest. Our journal entries noted the hard life of a porter. Though in their prime, the work can build impressive muscles, there soon comes a time when age leaves them tired, bent, and worst, Basang as their boss. There were happy kids and responsible kids along the way. Here's a school. Late October is the time when the Hindu festival of Tihar is celebrated in Nepal. One of the festival days venerates dogs. This girl venerates her cat. Magically, Saring has managed to make us a cake on the trail. Some beautiful views of Machapuchare and the Annapurnas. The first vehicles we've seen in weeks are here at Fedi. We walked to our hotel, the Fishtail Inn in Pokhara, at 9 at night. The next morning we had these beautiful views of Fewa Lake outside of Pokhara. Our kitchen crew went boating. This colorful sand is used to decorate around houses during Tihar. We took this very crowded bus into Kathmandu. With many, many stops, its speed was just above walking pace. Sometimes the product name doesn't translate well between cultures. I don't know what this gambling game is, but you don't want to play with this kid. There's a strong Buddhist presence in Kathmandu. Here's the famous Bodhinath stupa with the eyes. Here's a temple for the Hindu monkey god Hanuman. This god's wing is serving a very down-to-earth purpose. Near the royal palace, we saw these huge flying fox bats. We tipped the porters well, Bassam not so well. Our final adventure was a flight in an ancient DC-3 by Mount Everest, seen here on the right.